Hello, we're talking to Hillary Garrettson, the 1998 homecoming queen. Hillary, you want to introduce who your mom and dad are and who else is helping you out with this big event for tonight and tomorrow night?
Well, my parents are Carney and Sue Garrettson, and my escort is Scott Sharp. We borrowed this car from Carl Munns, and my driver is my uncle Chris Riggy.
Yeah. Well, can you tell us what it means to you to be the homecoming queen?
Well, I'm really honored and really excited that the student body chose me to represent them and everything, and I'm just really honored, and that's basically all.
What kinds of fun events have been going on today and this week that have made homecoming special?
We had a whole spirit week with all different kinds of things. We had pajama day and spirit day, just a whole bunch of different things to show our school spirit. And we had a contest and a winner of that. And we also, today we had a pep assembly, and that was neat. And we just kind of practiced what we do tonight and to set our speeches and stuff.
Now, I understand you're involved in lots of activities here at Liberty Center. Can you tell us about a few?
Sure. Well, the past 3 years I was involved in volleyball, but I'm not this year. And I'm involved in the marching band, the show choir, and a lot of organizations like SAD and FBLA. And I was in the Spanish club, but not this year. But
You sound really busy. I hope you have a fun time tonight and congratulations.
thank you.
Garrettson, their daughter, is the homecoming queen, Hillary. What's it been like to have the homecoming queen in your house?
Oh, pretty hectic and pretty exciting. A lot of shopping. Yes.
Is that good, Dad?
Yes, it was wonderful.
Because he didn't take part at all.
What kinds of fun things have you been doing today to get ready?
Well, I had a lot of makeup to put on, my hair to get ready, and of course advising my daughter on what to wear. I played a large part in that.
Good job, Dad.
Right now we're looking for her blanket. It disappeared sometime between the pep assembly and now, so I guess she's going to be blanketless, but
Sounds pretty hectic.
you're right.
Okay, thanks for your interview here.
You're welcome.
We're talking with Christy Simbola. Christy, can you tell us who your parents are and your escort and all the other things that people you want to say thank you to?
Mike and Linda are my parents, and my escort is Tim Huff, and I'd like to thank Joe Jurassic for driving my car, and I'd like to thank my class for electing me.
It sounds like quite an honor. What kinds of fun things have you been involved in today?
Oh, the homecoming, the pep assembly, and the run-throughs of 3 times, and just like pretty much having fun with my friends. No classes today or anything like that, but had fun.
Good. Well, congratulations on being elected. And how about all those sports activities you're in? What's going on this season?
I have volleyball this season, and during the winter I don't play a sport, so I usually run or try and stay in shape for track. And
Okay. Well, I know you're a busy lady. Congratulations and have fun tonight.
thank you.
Mike and Linda Simbola, the proud parents of Christy. How has this changed things at home to have a daughter in the homecoming court?
Well, it's been pretty hectic the last couple of weeks trying to get everything matched and organized, but we made it. We got the shoes tonight.
Always busy, I'm sure. Dad, how proud are you?
Oh, it's pretty good. This is nice. There's nothing wrong with this at all. Team.
Hi, we're talking to Liz Sharp and her parents. Liz, you want to introduce your parents and tell us who your escorts and other people you want to thank?
Okay, this is my dad, John Sharp, and this is my mom, Dawn, and my escort is Brett Silvis, and my driver for the game here is Zeb Orr, and I would also like to thank Ryan Zeider for driving my car at the pep assembly, and for Norman Connie Zeider for letting me use their car here.
Wow, lots of people to thank. Have you been having a lot of fun?
Yes, I have.
I know you're a cheerleader and been involved in a lot of the fun things that have been going on this week. You want to tell us anything about those things?
Well, we've sponsored Spirit Week, where we have to dress up like different each day, like Hippie Day and like Favorite Player Day, and that's fun. And we also hosted the hall decorating contest, which has been lots of fun too.
Well, good, and congratulations. I hope you have fun tonight.
Thank you.
Have anything you want to say?
Well, we're awful proud of our daughter. Her skirt's just a little short, but other than that, everything's going good. and we hope the Tigers get a victory. It was once said by a Wauseon coach that Liberty didn't even belong in the NWOAL. We're going to prove that that's wrong tonight.
Okay, thanks, John.
Go Tigers.
Flory and her mom and dad, and I will let her introduce them and thank the people she'd like to.
This is my dad, Bruce, and my mom, Karen. And I'd like to thank Greg Hines for driving my car this evening and Brian Flory for driving my car at the assembly. And thank you to Ron Spees for the car and Zach Gramling for being my escort.
Congratulations. And what kinds of things have you been busy with this season? You're involved in volleyball, aren't you?
Yeah, volleyball and then basketball and then track during the school year.
I know you're very athletic. And now homecoming, what kinds of fun things have been going on with that?
We've had Spirit Week all week and just dressing up and stuff and, I don't know, going shopping with each other and stuff. That was really fun. That's about it.
Well, you look great. I hope you have a fun time tonight.
Thank you.
Okay, we have Bruce and Karen Flory here, and their son Brian is on the football team. So I'm going to ask Bruce if he'd say a few words about that.
Well, I'm really proud of my son. He's only been out 1 year, and we held off letting him play because of a knee injury back when he was in 8th grade. And he disciplined himself over this past year to do what it took to get in shape to play, and is doing extremely well. So we're proud of his dedication and his discipline.
He's been doing a great job and looking like he's having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, he sure is. He has a blast. It's a good team. There's a lot of family-oriented type philosophy behind the team, and that's what he enjoys the most.
Okay, Mom, what's it been like having a daughter in the homecoming court?
It's been really exciting. I'm so proud for her, and brings back lots of good memories. It's just very much an honor and a privilege to be chosen to be attendant, and it's been a lot of fun preparing.
Great. Well, I hope everybody has fun tonight. Okay.
Bye-bye. Goodbye.
I'd like to introduce your mom and dad.
Meryl Matheny and Greg Matheny.
And congratulations, you're the freshman attendant. What has that meant for you?
I don't know.
You've been having a lot of fun, I bet.
Yeah.
Who would you like to thank? Who are your escorts and your driver?
Justin Connor's my driver and Nathan Zeiter's my escort. And I got the car from David and Michelle Smith and Rick Triggs.
What kinds of activities are you involved in at school?
I'm in Spanish club, SAD, and cheerleading.
It sounds pretty busy. Well, I hope you have a lot of fun tonight and tomorrow night. And I'll let your mom and dad talk next, okay?
Okay.
And here they come. It's Friday Night Football. Here in Titletown, Ohio, so aptly dubbed the Mecca for Northwest Ohio football. It's Liberty Center bringing you their version of the 1998 Tiger football team, last year's Division V state champs. Jim, I think we're going to have a barn burner. This is a big one for Liberty, maybe what you would call hump week in the season. Letdown week, you know, the big win over PH last week. And now the ever-tough Wauseon Indians coming to town. And I may mention they have the biggest offensive line in the NWOAL. So right off the bat, we'll have our hands full.
Oh, no question, Spike. Plus, this is homecoming week, and the Tigers have had their Queen ceremonies, and lovely job of singing the national anthem by the Queen herself, Hillary Garrettson, which is pretty unusual for a Queen to be singing. But getting back to this football, what a beautiful night. I mean, this is football weather. It is the 5th week in the season, and as you pointed out, Tigers have got to get over that big one that they hung in the win column last week. And Wauseon Indians here lately have been a real thorn in the Tigers' side. Even the championship team of last season had some real tough times. I mean, that game was in question for the better part of the game. So the records go out the window. And Wauseon, the boys from Fulton County, are here to take a crack at the state champions. And they are the state champions until they're beaten. But this 98 Tiger team is on track.
Wauseon will receive the opening kickoff. Wauseon off to a somewhat slow start. Not they were picked to be the number 2 team in the league in the kind of the preseason prognostications, but kind of falling on hard times. But they seem to be bouncing back, coming off a big win over the Delta Panthers. Kicking tonight for Liberty Center, I believe that's Paul Amstutz. Spangler sustaining an injury during the week, and he'll be out of action completely tonight. Tigers may use something a little different here. No, 68, excuse me, Larry Yaw. Squib kick taken, rolls down by the 30, falling on there by the Indians where they'll take over. It'll be 1st and 10 on the Wauseon, their own 31-yard line.
And on offense right away because that looked intentional, but the Tigers are liable to try a lot of things, Spike, this week to round out their playbook and what they think might work.
Well, with Yaw in there, we'll have to give. They'll have to try to get what they can. You know, we won't have the booming foot of Spangler. Wauseon set now with 2 wide outs to the right. Here's the pitch going around the left side. Breaks a couple of tackles, battles his way up near the 35-yard line. In on the hit over on that side, we've got several tacklers: Sharp, Amstutz, and Schwab. Try to get the position set here for Liberty Center. At the defensive ends, we've got Amstutz on one side, Van Gunten on the other. Now give off the right side, and good job. There's a fumble out there. It's picked up by Amstutz. No, it's Sattler. He breaks one tackle, gets down now inside the 10-yard line. Tigers take over.
Danny Sattler just about took it in for a quick 6, so the defense comes up real strong here and now have the ball on the Wauseon 8-yard line.
Tight end on the left, Tim Huff. Tight end on the right, Jesse Smith, with Atkinson on the wing right. Zeider and McClure in the backfield. Shaddy with the pitch going wide to Zeider. Now cuts it up inside, gets down to the 5-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and goal on the 5. You know, Jim, on the play the Indians fumbled. The pursuit was very good. They ran a power to the right, and the Tigers defensively were all over it. And he was going to be stuck for no gain on the play.
That's true, Spike, and I actually think he tried to bounce it outside, seeing that there was nothing there, and plenty of Tiger defense there to stop him.
All right, same set for the Tigers. 2nd and goal, is going to spot it on the 6. Give inside to Zeider, down inside the 1, and he's in. Touchdown, Tigers! Jim, 10:31 to go, and Liberty Center gets that very important early jump. They lead at 6-0. Great blocking up front. Zeider had room enough to drive a truck through. He's in for the score.
Last week, remember, against Patrick Henry, Tigers struggled in their conversions, missing the first 2 attempts, so we'll see what they've got in mind. Looks like they're going to kick it.
Spangler in there now for the extra point. Zeider the hold, the snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. Liberty Center gets that big first point in there. You know, last week, Jim, the Tigers missed that extra point kick on the first time.
Yeah.
And then they were kind of chasing for a while, because then they went for 2 on the 2nd touchdown with no luck. And, you know, and when PH scored to make it 12-7, that left the door open. But tonight, boom, we get the big extra point kick in there with Spangler, and the Tigers lead it now 7-0.
Heavy contact for maybe 2 weeks, so they're going to miss him. But Tigers have plenty of depth, and Yaw will be in there doing what he can do and what he has done when called upon.
Yeah, we'll make sure to spot that Tiger offensive line on the next series, see who's in there in place of Todd Spangler. And Todd had been doing a fine job coming on quite well at that left tackle spot. Now Wauseon with 5 men up near the 50 and 3 more up close. Coverage men on the outside for Liberty Center, Weshi on one side, and I believe that's Smith on the other. Amstutz, Van Gutten, Huff. Another low line drive kick, takes a big hop at the 25-yard line, scooped up there, rambled forward and brought down by Van Gutten and number 88, Tim Huff. Good Tiger coverage there with that short low line drive bouncing kick. And luckily for the Indians, it took that nice candy hop, or who knows where the ball could have wound up.
That's true, Spike. Now, this is the second possession of the Indians, and they've had good field position. A lot of times, booming kickoffs by the Tigers will pin teams deep, but here they've got her on their own 32 for their second series.
Two wideouts to either side. Here's motion going to the offensive right. Gives straight up the middle. First hit made, I believe, number 78 or 72, Wauseon, excuse me, from his linebacker spot. You know, the Indians are doing a lot of what Patrick Henry did. They spread the field, not worrying about a tight end formation at all, and trying to spread the Tiger defense.
Yep.
The two main ball carriers for the Indians, number 40, Bryce Jernigan, averaging about 10 yards a carry, and J.D. Schnittke, the fullback, averaging 4.5. Almost intercepted in the backfield. The Tigers there. Chris Box almost intercepted that deep pitch. And a host of Tigers over there. Amstutz, Wesche, Schwab. Great pursuit by the Tiger defense.
Yes, it was, and we could see some real trick plays here by the Wauseon Indians. This being week 5 of the season, Spike, they've seen what did work against Liberty, and that's very limited play calling of any sort. But they've had time to look at a lot of films.
Moeller, the left tackle. Movement up there, nothing called. Now they blow the whistle, and we'll get this thing sorted out. Movement from both lines. Liberty players seem to think that Wauseon jumped. And yes, they did. Big penalty against the Indians. That will bring up third and probably about 11.
Because of their yardage to move the sticks. But they can't have those kind of mistakes, Spike.
Wauseon lines up on a strong left formation, now rolls that way. The quarterback airs it out. Great coverage by Miller. They fall down, and they're going to get a pass interference call. The Wauseon Indians will pick up a first down here. Jim, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, pretty good defense out there. He had him covered, but he didn't turn to watch for the ball, and the receiver made his cut, and of course traffic and contact right there, and the ref right on top of it. It was interference, although he had him covered like a blanket. It's just he wasn't aware that the pass was being thrown and that the receiver made his cut. So that was a big play,
Fortunately, it's only a 15-yard penalty, but nevertheless, big play. Ball resting on Wauseon's own 47-yard line. Here's a give straight up the middle. And Jim, we're seeing a little bit of that power on that Wauseon offensive line. You see that, at least here in the early going, the surge that they get. Solid gain on first down of 3 yards. That'll bring 2nd and 7.
Yep. Yeah, Spike, any two teams get together, and it's kind of like prove it to me. And so the boys are banging away there trying to decide who's going to own the line of scrimmage.
Now in a wing right formation, just like Liberty, and met right there by Mr. Sharp. Hello, Dolly. Kaboom, baby.
Yeah.
Scott Sharp met him in the backfield. Loss of 3 on the play. Jim, now I wonder, was that some sort of a trap play that just kind of fizzled? What? I mean, he just came blowing through there.
He was untouched. I think they were trying to shuffle on the trap.
Now with 2 wide outs to the left, motion left. Back, throws a quick over the middle, and Smith bores him down right there. Jesse Smith all over him. Few pleasantries exchanged there.
Talking about Indians on that play, that was a well-executed play, and they weren't moving much with the run, so that quick pass, timing just a quick pass in there to your end. That moved the ball pretty good.
Back to punt is Weber for Wauseon. Low snap, but fielded cleanly, gets it up. Wobbly end-over-end kick heading for the sidelines. Atkinson ducks away from it wisely, and the Tigers will take over on their own 19-yard line. You know, on their single coverage that allows the defense to stay inside to stop draws and screens, and the tackling has been so good, so crisp out there, and another example there by Jesse. Atkinson in a wing left, 2 tight ends set for the Tigers. Here's the give to McClure, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage. Jim, no gain on the play there.
Yeah, that's true. That's first offensive play, so they're kind of getting the kinks out. Tiger offense, got to have that first contact to begin to feel good. You're right. The Tiger defensive secondary has proven equal to the task. Last week they gave up only 92 yards the whole game to that vaunted Patrick Henry passing attack.
Well, sometimes, it's just like a fine pot of chili. The Tiger offense just going to need a little time to come to the fermentation. Now drops back to throw, and he's sacked in the backfield. They fake the sweep to McClure around the right side. Pressure from the defensive right side, and Shaddy was hit blindsided and thrown down for a big loss. I believe that's only their second loss of the season. Jim, that's going to bring up a big thing now. 3rd down and about 16. Tigers going to have to pull something out here.
Well, they do, Spike, but scoreboard still shows the Tigers up by 7, so they're by no means going to panic. They'll just try something and maybe get ready for a punt.
Tigers with one wide out to the right, Jesse Smith. Now Atkinson in motion. Flag on the play, and it must be too much time.
Oh, that's going to hurt. That walking back toward the goal line there, Spike.
A lot of times 5-yard penalties can be critical, but in this situation, field position now becomes a big thing. Facing 21 yards to go for a first down. Even now, where I think we might even be out of Rex Lindgren's 4-down territory. I know he likes to be at least to the 15. Same formation. Atkinson wing left. Smith split out wide right. Atkinson motion right. Shaddy drops back to throw. He's got time. Throws upfield. And just underthrown. Smith thinks he caught it. We're not sure. Boy, and that was at the first down stake, too. That would have been very close, Jim. Jesse, very seldom do you see a show of emotion, but not a happy camper after that. We'll have to run that one back on replay. Back to punt, Ryan Miller on 4th and 21 from the Tiger 9-yard line. A lot of pressure, but gets it off. It'll bounce, takes a Liberty Center favorable roll, gets across the 40 and up near the 45-yard line.
36 against the Tigers' goal line. They had him right back there where they were worried maybe about a safety if they couldn't block good punt protection for their kicker, their punter. So Wauseon now on the Tigers 45 with just a little momentum here. But again, the score, Tigers 7, Indians nothing.
Well, so far we've seen about what we'd expected out of the Tiger defense. Wauseon only gaining a first down via a penalty. But the Tiger offensive machine yet to get untracked. Here's the give up inside. Jernigan battles, but if he got a yard, that was it. Again, that Tiger defense really tough up front in the trenches. Second down and 9. Let's see if we can get the thing set here. We've got Schwab at a tackle, Sharp inside, Box inside. Now the pass rush, Pass rush almost got to him, forced Wauseon to throw it high and out of bounds. That'll bring up 3rd and long. Schwab comes off. Now boxes back in there as the right defensive tackle. Lingering in the middle. Sharp tackle on the left side. Smith a corner. Atkinson a safety. Weshy a linebacker. Van Gunten a defensive end on the right. Back to throw. Now looking to set up a screen. Now he's going to have to throw it away. Tiger defense there. And we're going to get a flag. I believe it would be, I imagine, Jim, intentional grounding.
Well, I don't know, but he's way out of bounds. Yep, that is indeed a call, Spike. Intentional grounding. No cause for that. Although, on the other hand, if you're the quarterback, you're looking to get rid of that because the heat was intense. Tigers had a good rush on him.
Yeah, no question there. A big penalty it is, too. Pushes Wauseon all the way back to their 40-yard line, and that's going to give the Tigers a little bit of breathing room at the other end of the field. Had Wauseon punted from Liberty's 40, we could have been pinned deep and in big trouble. The snap is good, a little pressure. Spiraling kick taken by Atkinson on the 27. Momentarily bobbles it, and Wauseon right there. Seth Atkinson with no room to run at all. Great coverage by the on-charging Wauseon Indians.
Boys from Fulton County are meaning to play football, and they can and they have. Their record doesn't indicate they've had a good year, but they're playing the reigning state champion, and you can get up for that game.
Tigers now with Atkinson, a wing right. Here's the give inside to Zeider. He picks his way, breaks a couple tackles, gets up over the 35 to the 36-yard line. Nice little piece of running by Mr. Zeider. Jim, the old tire drill came through big for him there. He kept his feet, did a little dancing and doobin, and got up. Is about an 8-yard gain. 2nd down and a long 2 for the Tigers. At center, Sattler, Weshy, the right guard, Moeller, the right tackle, Smith, the tight end on the right. Amstutz, the guard on the left side, and I believe it's Sharp, the tackle. Here's the give to McClure. McClure gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Good penetration by the Wauseon defense. And now we're looking at 3rd and 2, Jim. What do you think?
Well, I think Wauseon's playing an inspired football. They're matching up pretty good right up front on the line of scrimmage and banging hard. We'd be hard-pressed to put too many yards on the plus side for the Tiger offense at this point, but it's early, and here we got a rather important third down.
Tigers with Atkinson in the slot left, and we've got a flag. And I think the Tigers may have drawn him off sides. You know, one thing I'd like to point out on something like that, Jim, you know, those are small things, but they're so important to the flow of a game. And you might say, well, Liberty got lucky because they were aided by penalties. Well, if you were drawn off, I guess it's your fault, not Liberty Center's. That was the whole idea.
Well, that's all part of the football game, Spike, and this is the 5th game of the season, so people are supposed to hold their discipline.
Tigers staying with that tight formation. Atkinson in the wing right. Here is the give to McClure. Kicks it outside across the 45 up near the 50-yard line. Close to a 1st down, but we've got a flag on the play in the Tiger backfield, and I believe we'll be bringing it back. Tigers had a good surge, and when he went to kick it or turn it up inside, he kicked it out, picked up about 9, but it will be brought back. Well, I guess what we give, what we get, we give back. Now the Tigers faced with a big 1st down and 20. Ball back all the way to their own 30-yard line. Clock at 2:34 here in the 1st quarter. That's Atkinson split out wide. And give up inside to Zeider. A little bit of misdirection there. Tigers had everybody going wide and this way and that way, but give it straight up the middle to Zeider. Draw play, Jim, that time didn't pay off.
No, it didn't. And the Wauseon line play is extraordinary at this point. They're just lining right up there and just banging away and having quite a war.
Now we've got Huff split out wide to the left, and Atkinson in his wing split wide right. Shaddy dropping back, sets up a screen, and we've got another flag on the play.
I don't know what that flag is, Spike. They're talking it over, but I'm telling you, those Wauseon linemen came unabated, and they were had their ears back, and Shaddy didn't have a chance to let that screen mature. He had to just drill it in there in the general area. So Wauseon, whale of a charge.
Wauseon already with an advantage with the incomplete pass. Denied, did not accept, I should say, the illegal receiver downfield penalty. So now Liberty faced with a 3rd and 18 at their own 33. 2 wideouts for the Tigers. Shaddy drops back. He's got time. Now throws a home run ball to Smith. It's caught at the 35, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, the 5. It's a Tiger touchdown. Boom, boom, kaboom! Jim, that's the play they've been waiting for all year long. The deep home run ball to Jesse Smith, and boy, did he lay it on the money.
Oh, he did. That just was a beautiful, beautiful pass by Shaddy, and Smith knows what to do with it. In fact, he's the kind of athlete we know he is that even if it's crowded out there, he's going to get up and get it. But, oh, boy, what a play, and the Tigers strike quick. They've always been a big play team last year and this year too, and I mean they can get points in a bunch, but what a play there.
Now the hold, snap good. Kick is up and it is good at no! Boy, from here it looked like it was kicked all the way into the backyard of the Baker residence, but somehow it must have wandered. But the Tigers lead it 13-0 with 1:44 to go here in the first quarter. Jim, you know, on that last play, Shaddy had a lot of time to throw. He had time, he got his feet set, he was able to cock and really let that thing fly. And you know, Wauseon only had single coverage out there in what I would call the premier wide receiver in all of Northwest Ohio. What does that tell you about their defense, Jim?
Oh, I think the Tigers can pass on them if they can give the young Tiger quarterback time to get set for a pass. I believe they can turn in big chunks of yardage through completions just like that. But, wow, they've got to get the blocking scheme together. And, of course, Shaddy's got to keep one eye in the back of his helmet so he can sense that pressure if and when it comes. But all high school quarterbacks, in fact, any quarterback, wants enough time to have the play mature a little bit, and then he can set and get something on the ball. And that's just a beautiful play. That's got to look good on TV5.
We've got Flory, Silvas, Van Gunten, Smith, Huff. Trying to set here. Yaw on the kickoff. Little end over end bobble now bounces high, and the Indians have to fall on it on their own 36. Tigers are giving away some field position, but as long as they play it safe here, Wauseon will not be able to return anything. You know, as far as Wauseon's defense goes, Jim, on the screen plays, you know, for a big team, they're pretty rangy and they can move, and I think they put so much pressure on Shaddy. The screen play, it's either going to go real big or it's going to blow up in their face. Because Wauseon now with the football on their own 37-yard line. 2 wideouts to either side. Here's a quick slant over the middle. And now drop. I don't know. That's close. They're going to rule incomplete. Tim Huff popped his receiver pretty good. They're running that little quick slant over the middle.
Oh, yeah, that was a nice throw by the Wauseon quarterback. Put it where he needed to, and a good reception, but he didn't quite have it long enough to call it a reception because of the tough defense by Huff.
Yep, nice job. Knocked the ball free before it could nestle in. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Straight drop, 3 steps. Now the quick slant. Oh! throws it slightly high, and again, Zeider and Atkinson not worried too much about where the football was, but I know one thing, that receiver paid the penalty for that. He was hit. That'll bring up 3rd and 10 from the 37.
Spike, that quarterback throws a nice pass several times. That ball's right there, but Tiger defense just too tough to let that be called a completion.
Yeah, they're depending on that quick 2 or 3 step drop and boom, and so far yet to pay any big dividends. Now 3rd and 10, straight drop back. He's got time, he throws deep, Smith all over him. Oh, pass almost caught. Jesse Smith, nice coverage with some help from Seth Atkinson. Pass was on the money, but Jesse was right there. Incomplete, it'll be 4th down with 1:25 to go here in this first quarter. We really haven't dominated things yet at the line of scrimmage. The big pass play, and then we got set up on the turnover.
Oh, I know, and this Mankey kid throws a nice pass. He just looks like he was well prepared and throws a wonderful pass.
High snap, not too much pressure. We've got a flag at the line of scrimmage. Wobbly kick. Now Atkinson steps away and gets a great roll. Set here after that huge 15-yard penalty. Wauseon with a fresh set of downs. Rolling left, throws, and it's intercepted by Weshy. Weshy, great job. Weshy on that front side of the coverage as a linebacker, dropped back off the line of scrimmage about 3 yards. Went up in the air, tipped it, and then came down with the loose football.
Oh, Weshy demonstrating a nice set of hands. He got a couple mitts on that and kind of flipped it up a little bit and then wrapped her in. But big interception there. Tiger defense, once again, just showing their superiority. Pretty much just shuts anything and everything down.
Tigers now take over. They've got Smith split out wide to the right, Atkinson in the slot right. Now the end around to Smith. He's got room to run. Looking downfield, tucks it in. Across the 45 to the 40 and brought down at the Wauseon 39-yard line. That will be 1st down yardage. You know, Jim, the whole time Smith was looking to throw deep, a brand new wrinkle in that Tiger arsenal. But alertly tucked it in and got 1st down yardage.
Spike, what's the plan on that? Smith was the tight end on that play. Can you explain that a little bit?
Well, actually, that time they had him lined up as a wide receiver. Bobbled in the backfield. McClure there first. We're going to have a fight for the football, and they're going to signal Liberty Center. A little bit of a mix-up there. First back through, ran into the pitch to McClure. And a great job by Mike McClure in coming back and falling on the football. Tigers now with a chance to really put the Indians down, but they are facing a 2nd and 14 on the Wauseon 44-yard line. Clock running at 5, and I don't think we'll get this play off before the end of the quarter. Tigers were lining up in that same formation as the last end-around play with Smith in the wide receiver right and Atkinson in the slot. But that'll bring an end to the first quarter. Liberty Center leading it 13-0 and with the ball in Wauseon territory. Get a quick rundown of our sponsors for tonight, helping to make this production on NCTV5 possible. Our per-game sponsors tonight, Jeff Huff and Brenda for their son Tim. We want to thank Quality Countertop, who did the press box countertop. Brad and Annetta Snodderly for their son Ryan Miller. John McClure and Deb McClure for Mike. And we'll get back to that at the next break. Tigers now with a 2nd and 14 on Wauseon's 44-yard line. Atkinson slot right, Smith split wide. Here is the give to Zeider. Zeider breaks 2 or 3 tackles, keeps battling, stays on his feet, down inside the 35 to the 33. Nice gain by Zeider off the left side. Tigers showing a lot of motion and a lot of movement, but still powering it up the middle, keeping that Wauseon defense spread out and confused. Gain of about 11 yards on a play. We'll make that about 9. It'll be 3rd and 4 on Wauseon's 34. Smith split wide right. Atkinson wide left. Here's the pass outside, a timing pattern. Shaddy under some pressure got rid of it, but had to get rid of it just a split second too soon, and that showed up. It was a little bit underthrown. He had no choice there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You know, Spike, this Wauseon Indian defensive line has shown it's been able to penetrate the Tigers' offensive line. I mean, they've come through many times and really put a lot of heat, almost intercepted a pitch out there a time or two the Tigers were making. So needs to be some adjusting. They got to be doing some thinking and maybe change their scheme on how to block those guys.
Big down here, 4th and 4. We're in 4-down territory. Atkinson in motion right, 2 tight ends. Here is Shaddy, runs the option. It's into the backfield, loose.
Spike, he looked for the pitch before he was checking upfield, and Wauseon defense was right there. He should have just hung on to it and ate it for the loss, but the Wauseon Indians are making at this point.
Yeah, the whole key there was Wauseon penetrated just outside the tight end position, and that really threw the kibosh to the play. Now powering up the middle, the fullback. Solid gain for Wauseon of about 4 yards. Schnittke, the fullback. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6. And Jim, we could be looking at a huge momentum change in this football game.
Oh, no question. Wauseon takes real hard. If they can keep the Tiger offensive guys back on their heels a little bit, they know they're in this game. So they're fired up right now.
Well, he met right at the line. Wauseon using same formation the Tigers like, that wing right, 2 tights. And that time the whole interior of the Tiger defense was there. No gain on the play. Well, they're going to give him a negligible half yard. We're going to be looking at a 3rd and a long 5. Ball resting just outside the Wauseon's own 49-yard line. Well, Wauseon's got a lot of beef, Jim, and they're quick. You know, they're a division or 2 above us, and we have to adjust to these big teams. Now motion to the left. Back to throw. He's pressured. Now gets it off. Hit out there, and boy, this is going to be close on the spot, Jim.
Yeah, depends on the spot.
Good Tiger coverage, and this will be very, very close to a 1st down.
Tigers on offense look just a little out of sync, Spike. They've had some big plays and certainly have the big play capability, but Tigers just a little bit ragged on offense. In fact, if you break it down, there's been mistakes made that generally you don't see and haven't seen to this point. But just think about it. They climbed a big mountain last week against Big Red, and this is homecoming week, and with all the festivities and some of the boys have escort responsibilities and so on. It's just hard to keep that championship level discipline and focus just every week. Straight up, except for what the scoreboard indicates.
Well, here we go. It's 4th and a half a yard. Wauseon going to roll the dice. Here's the give to Schnittke, and he powers forward. About 3 on the play. Found the seam and burst through for the 1st down. Wauseon will move the chains. They'll have a 1st down on the Tiger 44-yard line. Jim, there's 9.5 minutes to go. Tigers were going to have to come up with some kind of a defensive stand here. They had a chance to pull away, but such as things go, it's common to every football game. Now Wauseon making a resurgence.
Oh, yeah, and Wauseon knows very well this drive could establish their ability to play them even up.
Motion left. The fullback Schnittke, he's a load. Powers his way down behind that big offensive line. Not a big gain, but it's still a positive gain for the Indians. Jim, an interesting thing I want to bring up, you know, how fleeting success can be. Wauseon in '93 had a state championship team the same year Liberty was runner-up, and the next year whitewashed Liberty by the score of 43-0. But in the last 10 years, Liberty Center has won 7 times over these Wauseon Indians.
Wow.
Now in motion to the left. Here's a fake up the middle. A quick pop on an outtake. That's incomplete. That play never really got off the ground. It looked a little awkward right from the outset. And now the Indians are going to be faced with a long yardage situation. It'll be 3rd and 8 at the Tiger 42. So, you know, the whole point being is that even though Wauseon's got a state championship in there, Liberty Center has won 7 out of 10 times. And you just never know when it could all come to a screeching halt. Everybody in Liberty Land assumes a victory, but you never know. Uh-oh. On the sweep, and Jesse Smith forces a fumble. It's loose, and the Tigers recover. Jim, what a play. The give was to Jernigan around the right side. A big hit. Jesse Smith come up from his defensive backfield spot, and like a true cornerback with some power and pop, he laid a lick on him, knocked it loose, and the Tigers take over.
Kind of delayed there just a little bit, and that gives the Tiger defense the time to really draw a bead on him and whacked him hard enough to make him cough it up.
Tiger defense comes through again. Now here's the pitch to Zeider. Zeider in trouble. Doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Wauseon, Jim, they are bringing everybody and their brother and their cousin. They are all over Liberty Center now. Liberty with more negative yardage plays now than combined for the season before.
I almost think if you'd break it down and come up with time of possession, Wauseon's offense has had the ball more often than Liberty's. But, of course, Liberty with the all-important big play capability is up 13-0 with 7 minutes and a half to go.
Atkinson now in motion coming to the right with Tigers with 2 tight ends. Here's the pitch to Atkinson, following 2 nice blocks, stays on his feet, and drags a couple of tacklers across the 50 and down to the 40. I believe they'll spot it just outside the 46-yard line. Good play on 2nd down. Now the Tigers with 3rd and about 5. That gives them a lot better chance at sustaining this series of plays.
Oh, yeah, we know what a big game Seth had last week against Patrick Henry, and he's picking up right where he left off. That's the first time he's carried the ball, and a nice 5-yard gain.
Now Huff split out wide to the left. Atkinson in the slot left. Shaddy back to throw. He's got time. He's got a receiver. Atkinson, good move. Spins it back up to the middle. Now cuts outside, down inside the 40 to the 35 and down to the 33-yard line. Rob Shaddy with a little bit of time, Jim. That time laid it on the money, and I think that's the key for any quarterback. You got to have a few seconds. Rob straight drop back and found Atkinson open out there in the flat.
Oh, yeah. Shaddy has so many wonderful targets to throw to, and, of course, one of the finest, Seth Atkinson there, and he delivered a strike to him, and Seth put a good move on and got good yards, moves the stick. So Tiger offense now moving like we know they can.
Smith now split out wide to the right. Atkinson in motion right. Shaddy straight drop back. Steps up in the pocket, throws it out there, and just knocked away. Rob starting to feel the heat, had to get rid of the football. And I believe, Jim, he had to rainbow that thing a little bit.
Yeah, that's a key. He got too much air under that pass, and up in the air, Seth had his man beat. So if he could have found just another 4 yards worth of zip in that ball, that'd have gone for a touchdown. But Shaddy's handling things well back there. And, of course, if they give him some time, then we know he can throw a strike and has done so.
Well, that time he couldn't step up in the pocket. The pressure came from the middle and had to get rid of it a little early. Now the deep pitch to Zeider following a block by McClure. He cuts up inside and across the 30-yard line down to the 27. It'll be short of a first down. Tigers are going to be about 4 yards shy
Yeah, for Wauseon Indians, this is a big defensive stand here. They're down 13-0, and they don't want the Tigers to go up with half kind of winding down here. So they're digging in hard, but Tigers moving.
Miller in the game for Atkinson. Here's the pitch to Zeider. Zeider now kicks it outside behind Miller and McClure, and it will be, oh yes, definitely first down yardage there. Ball all the way down to the 20-yard line. Boy, Jim, that was just the old days of Southern Cal, student body right, student body left. That was every man and his brother out there leading the way, and Zeider usually looks to kick inside, but that time he just rode the wave for about a 12-yard gain, and he's in for a first down, ball resting on the 20. Clock at 5:36, plenty of time for the Liberty Center Tigers. Two tights, Atkinson wing on the right side, the short side. Give to McClure on a quick burst up the middle.
No hole.
Yeah, the hole closed fast. Wauseon linebackers doing a fine job there.
Yeah, Spike, going back to that play where Zeider carried, you called it student body right. That reminds me of Coach Rollins way back in the 60s. Somebody won nobody's assignment on the offensive line there, and he just hit somebody, If he's got the other colored jersey on, hit somebody. And on a sweep like that, that's kind of what it gets down to, but good running, hard running by Zeider.
Atkinson now wing left on the wide side. Here's the fake to McClure. He drops back to throw. He's got Smith. It's caught. It's a Tiger touchdown. What a pass. Rob Shaddy laid it right on the money. Jesse Smith with a guy hanging all over him. But when it was that close, Jim, it was going to come down to one thing. And you know who was going to win that battle. It was Jesse. And now the Tigers lead it 19-0 here homecoming night in Liberty Center.
Very good drive by the Tiger offense there. They moved the ball methodically down there. People executed, made their blocks, and of course the quarterback delivered a real strike there to Jesse. And Jesse being a premier talent, not only in football, but in track and just about anything else he tries. So nice to see him using the talents of Jesse Smith tonight here, homecoming night at Tiger Stadium.
Well, yeah, Jim, and you know, Jesse with only 2 touchdown catches on the whole season, definitely under his production from a year ago. But now with 2 touchdown catches tonight, and that's going to make the world remember just who Jesse Smith is. Tigers now going for 2. They got Smith wide right, Axon wide left. Huff the tight end on the left. Shaddy back to throw, looking for Smith. It's caught. It's the 2-point conversion. No doubt there, Jesse on a nice flag route. Wide open in the corner, and it was 2. Tigers lead at 21-0. 4:55 remaining here in the first half. All right, quickly here, we'll go over the rest of our sponsors for tonight's game. I mentioned John and Deb McClure for their son Mike, Rick and Rhonda Miller along with Nick and Brittany for their son Jesse, Rex and Kay Lindgren for their son Blake, Tom and Cindy and Carrie Overmeyer wish their son Scott good luck, Bob and Julie Shaddy for Rob, Terry and Mary Lou Bowers, and Dave and Deb Silvas for their son Brett. Tigers set now for the kickoff. Here's Yaw to deliver. Gets that same floater, ball skips, and it'll go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. A few more here. We've got Dave, Nanette, Abby, and Andrew Schwab for their son, number 67, Matt Schwab. And also we have Mike and Linda Simbola for Queen attendant Christy and their son Brad. Thank you very much, parents. Sponsors here, and who without them these broadcasts would not be possible on NCTV5. We have Dave Perry of Dave's Auto Service in Liberty Center, Pisanello's Pizza in Liberty Center, Dave's Running Shop with carries all Liberty sporting goods in Delta, Rick Speece of Speece Trailer Court, and KK Collision. Here's the give to Jernigan off the right side, met at the line of scrimmage, slowed down by Sattler and belted by Smith, and they'll bring him down for no gain. Jim, an impressive defensive play in the wide open spaces.
Why they're rated number 1 at the state at Division 5. They're the complete package. When their offense is clicking, they can put points up in bunches, and of course their defense is just unreal. I mean, they are stingy. They make you earn it.
That they do. Tigers with Amstutz and Van Gunten, the defensive ends. Blake, Lindgren, box on the inside, and Sharp. Broken up by Atkinson. Nice play. One official calls incomplete, and the back judge, who was lined up about 35 yards away from the play, I think may rule interference against Liberty Center.
Yeah, he saw the coverage in there a little too tight. That's a kind of a questionable call, but anyway, it'll move the ball for the Wauseon Indians. It'll move the sticks. It'll get them a fresh set of downs, and with 4 minutes to go, they're clear up on the 50-yard line. Good defense by Tigers. It's just that Wauseon receiver was wearing the Tiger defender like a blanket, and from the ref's angle out there, he says, nope, we got to call interference. So here they go with a first down at midfield.
Wauseon with the two tight end set, now motion left. Gives straight ahead to the fullback, Schnittke, and I think he lost a yard. I tell you what, the best thing is to say which Tigers weren't in there. Ryan Zeiter had coverage deep on this side, and I think there was somebody else that had coverage over on the left, and other than that, we had 9 Tigers swarming like black bees to the ball. 3:45 to go. 21-0, Liberty Center leading. Schwab coming out, and now on the defensive line, we still have Sharp, Lindgren, and Box. Amstutz, Van Gunten, the defensive ends. Wesche and Sattler, the linebackers. Wauseon calls the time.
Rushing. Now, granted, they had some tackles for losses against their quarterback and so forth, but just a mere 19 yards for the whole game rushing, and on through the air they only gave up 92 yards. So Tiger defense is serious. I mean, and of course these running plays here we're seeing tonight. Now this Shane Jernigan, a good back for Wauseon Indians, popped that line of scrimmage hard, but we could hear the leather crack and clear up here. Tiger defensive line says, no, not on my watch, you don't. And they're really rising to the occasion. Even though Wauseon gets a turnover, they're unable to really capitalize and move the ball.
Well, Wauseon now faced with 2nd and 11, appear to want to go to the air. They got 2 wideouts to the left side and now motion left. Here's the fake sweep, drops back under pressure, and Jesse Smith with another fine open field tackle over there. Play gains maybe about 2 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 11. Jim, those are, just here in the last few plays, 3 great reasons why the Tiger defense is so tough. They stopped the fullback for a yard loss on a line plunge. Yeah. Now that is great defense. And Jesse Smith, 2 big plays in the open field.
Oh, that's true. The Tigers are not just one-dimensional on defense. I mean, they don't just have an area that they have strength in. I mean, they can just plug it up or stop it over the top in the air, and it just looked like the complete package, Spike. Tigers are good.
Now motion to the right, wide out to the left. He throws the home run ball. Miller out there, Miller on the coverage. But the home run prayer was thrown up there and somehow came down in the arms of the receiver. Wauseon still with plenty of time left in the 2nd quarter. Complete the pass down to the Liberty Center 24-yard line. Jim, Wauseon's had the football a lot tonight. The score is 21-0. An interesting statistic. Liberty Center, of course, leading in the scoring 191 and only giving up 14, but the time of possession, very interesting. We'll get to that here in a minute. Indians with 2 wideouts left now, motion right. Back to throw. Under pressure, evades 1 tackle. Now it's Amstutz. Amstutz brings him down! Great play by number 66, Amstutz. Yep, he forced him out of the pocket and flushed him out. Amstutz there to put him down. Amstutz with a nice arm tackle, or not arm tackle, but that's strength there. Now he brought him down with one bare hand.
Well, conditioning pays off. Nobody hits the weights and follows an off-season program like the Liberty Center Tigers, and they make it pay. They just get stronger as the game goes on, usually not the case for their opposition. Okay, Wauseon with the 2nd and 17 goes back, throws a nice pass over to the sideline, but just a 2-yard gain. It was well covered, and it's going to be, 3rd and probably 15, maybe 14 to go. So with just under 2 minutes to go, Spike, Tiger defense coming up big once again.
Yeah, in the first 4 games having the ball for 86.5 minutes, and the opposition, Jim, holding the ball for 105 minutes. A difference of almost 20 minutes in the ball game.
Yeah, but that's that big play capability. Lots of times in this Tigers can whack you with the big play, and that doesn't eat up a lot of time, Spike. They can grind it out. They have some tremendous ball carriers there, Ryan Zeider, Seth Atkinson, and Brian McClure most notably. But they come up with the big play and score and then turn it back over.
Back to throw with 2 wideouts to the left. Pass is short. And now that will bring up a 4th down and 12 on the Tiger 27-yard line. Definitely, Jim, very key play for the Wauseon Indians here. Now almost an entirely different unit in there. Jim, they're going to line up for a field goal attempt. And this baby's a major league attempt, buddy. This is going to be about a 45-yarder. Tigers not so sure they're going to try that. They got 4 people back. Now the set, and the kick, it's blocked right there. I believe it may have been Van Gunton, but I tell you what, they didn't back off from that. And boy, that was a slam. Not sure who got the block.
Yeah, we didn't get the number on that truck, but that was a serious block. We could hear the pop and the thud clear up here. And, you know, that kicker, he kind of stretched a little bit. And yeah, it was. It was going to be a distant field goal attempt there. They wanted to put some points on the scoreboard any way they can.
Into the halftime break.
Oh, yeah, the 21-0's good, but they've kind of got the feel in the passing game right now, so I can expect anything, Spike.
Well, you're right. Shaddy's back to throw. He throws it deep for Atkinson. Oh, just over the outstretched hands of Seth Atkinson. Boy, Jim, he was open. Yeah. And if they would have made a connection, it was over.
Oh, yeah, and Seth was stretched out, too. He gave it all he had, but that ball was just a little bit out there, and he couldn't quite connect. But you got to like this passing by Shaddy. We've seen him come along week by week, and he just looks like he's up to the task 100%, and he's throwing nice passes, or else he's throwing them where they can't be intercepted, and that you got to like.
Yep, that's true. He's done that well all year. Now 3rd and 13 on their own 34, 1 minute and 2 to go. He's back to throw again. He's got Smith. It's caught over here across the 45 to the 50, down the sideline, and they're going to rule he's out of bounds, but it's enough for a 1st down.
Stop the clock at 54
Yep, 54 seconds to go, and the Tigers have a 1st down in Wauseon territory on their 49-yard line.
Spike and does just have lots of talent. Lots of ability, but sometimes it's difficult because he has a lot of coverage on him. But that's 4 or 5 tonight. Anything that's near him, he's going to catch and make something big happen.
Yeah, that was not an easy grab. It was out there. He had to do it with the fingertips. Here's a give to Zeider straight up the middle. And the Tigers haven't owned the inside tonight like they've had in the past, but this is Wauseon, and that's to be expected.
Attack. That makes it much more difficult to defense. And so if there's nothing in the middle there on those fullback rushes, let's just kind of spread it around a little bit. And it seems like Jesse Smith is is out there and a good target. And Seth Atkinson, we haven't seen any balls thrown to Huff yet tonight with his good hands. We can expect that later. But Tigers got it going on. They were a little rusty in their first drive or two, particularly the offense. But they've smoothed up and quit shooting themselves in the foot. And they're just playing like the Tigers of old with the score 21-0 down to the last minute here in the first half of this beautiful, beautiful homecoming setting for Tiger ball.
Okay, we've got Smith split wide to the right, Atkinson in a wing, split wide left. That'll make Miller an eligible receiver. He looks, he's got time, just underthrown. Third down and 9. Jim, no matter what here, I think the Tigers need to pick up some positive yardage. You know they're going to go for it. They're not going to punt here. So they've got 2 downs. They need something here positive to set up something short on 4th. Atkinson wide right, Miller wide left. Here's the setup. It's Miller on that inside screen. He breaks a tackle across the 40, across the gate, to the 30, to the 20, to the 15, the 10, the 5. It's another Tiger touchdown. A big block by Jesse Smith downfield. Springs Miller into the end zone. A 50-yard screen pass to Miller.
Spike, that's just as pretty a screen as you'll ever see in high school football. There was a lot of pressure on the quarterback. He stepped aside and delivered a strike up there where he needed to. He had a good initial block, and he looked this way and moved that way, and he was streaking for the corner and turns it into a big gainer. In fact, a score, 27-0. The 2-minute drill for the Tiger offense works again.
Well, yeah, the Wauseon defense a little confused there. Here's the snap. It's set down. Kick is up, and he drills it. I believe that kick went all the way somewhere down by Road 8. 28-0. Liberty Center leads. Yeah, Ryan Miller caught that pass just across the line of scrimmage and made his break to the middle. And the big thing was, Jim, he made a man miss. He didn't have to have a block, but he made that initial tackler miss somewhere around the 40-yard line, and then it was all speed, all skill, and a couple of good downfield blocks.
Oh, and you have to love that pass as executed by Shaddy, because a screen pass is supposed to let those defenders come and, sell out so that they really put the heat on, and they just kept coming. They smelled sack, and Shaddy just at the proper time delivers a strike out there. I mean, he's just doing a job tonight in the passing category, and I think coming into maturity as a Tiger signal caller, Spike.
Well, that's true, Jim. Still, there's some rough spots, but that's the way it always is with a first-year quarterback. And you have to give some congratulations and some just due to whoever masterminded that thing. You know, the Tigers looked pretty sad the last time they tried to run the screen, and this time they came back with a quick defensive charge by Wauseon, and they pulled it off perfect. Tigers now to kick, 28-0. Here with 33 seconds left. Yaws kick, skates, rolls, and it's going to go out of bounds again. After they lost 4 yards, made it 2nd and 14, clock under a minute. Why do you try? We're 70 yards away from a score. That's twice now that he's made me look bad. Liberty now with the extra defensive back. Certainly not going to give up anything deep. Man in motion. They're going to give it straight ahead. Met right there by Wesche. Game clock running at 7. This will be the last play of the half. Here's the snap. Here's the give to the fullback. Excuse me, no, that was Jernigan. He picks up about 7 on the play, short of a first down. But it's all academic as the Liberty Center Tigers, Jim, have answered a lot of questions tonight here in the first half. There ain't no hump day. This ain't no letdown week. This is Tiger football at its finest, and they took the best that Wauseon had to offer and shoved it right back at them. They lead it 28-0. And once again here at halftime with Liberty leading at 28-0. Well, we want to thank the sponsors that make these broadcasts on NCTV5 possible, allowing us to update our equipment this year. We have Dave Perry of Days Auto Service in Liberty Center, Pisanello's Pizza right in downtown Liberty Center, Dave's Running Shop in Delta with a complete line of Liberty Center sporting goods, Rick Speece of Speece Trailer Court, KK Collision, owned and operated by Kyle Kern in Liberty Center. Davis Farm Services, Swanton Welding, Pilliards in Swanton, B.A. Miller and Sons Trucking of Liberty Center, the First National Bank of Liberty Center, the Henry County Bank located in Liberty Center and all over the county, L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating in Napoleon, Holgate Metal Fab in Napoleon, Clapp and Haney Tools in White House, Terry and Mary Lou Bowers and Skip Miller and Miller Trucking located in Napoleon. Our per game sponsors here, Jeff and Brenda Huff, Brad and Annetta Snodderly for their son Ryan, Jeff and Brenda for, of course, their son Tim, John and Deb McClure for Mike McClure, Rick, Rhonda, Nick and Brittany Miller for their son Jesse, Rex and Kay Lindgren for their son Blake, Tom, Cindy, and Carrie Overmeyer wish their son Scott good luck, Bob and Julie Shaddy for their son Rob, Mike and Linda Simbola for their son Brad and also their daughter Queen Attendant Christy, Terry and Mary Lou Bowers, Dave and Deb Silvas for their son Brett, and Dave, Nanette, Abby, and Andrew Schwab for their son, number 67, Matt Schwab. And to all of you, we give you our deepest thanks. Now, some quick halftime stats here as we're getting ready for the kickoff. Liberty Center's hard rushing offense held to only 46 yards on 17 carries. About 3 yards per carry. The Wauseon defense doing a great job on the inside. Ryan Zeider, leading carrier, 7 carries for 34. Rob Shaddy, 5 of 11 for 164 first half yards and 3 touchdown passes, 2 to Jesse Smith and 1 to Ryan Miller. Now the Tiger defense, on the other hand, still rising to the occasion. They have held Wauseon to only 19 yards on 17 carries. Wauseon 5 of 13 from the air for only 36 yards and 1 interception. Total offensive yardage, Liberty Center 210, Wauseon 55. Well, Jim, when Wauseon took away the run, they had to let something open, and Liberty Center quick to take advantage of it. And the Tigers still with their good average on yardage, but they're doing it through the air. Couple here will leading tackler for Liberty in the first half, Schwab with 7, Jesse Smith with 6, Box and Weshy with 5 each. Lindgren was the man on the blocked field goal, and Sattler and Van Gunten have fumble recoveries for the Tigers.
You got anything on penalty yards?
Also like to mention here quickly a fish fry coming up on Friday, November 6th before the Archbold game, starting at 4:30 until 7 o'clock in the high school cafeteria. The proceeds will go to the building fund at the St. Paul Lutheran Church and to the youth group. So that's Friday, November 6th. That happens to be my birthday, so if you want to treat me to a fish dinner, why, feel free. That's Friday the 6th before the Archbold game, starting at 4:30 in the high school cafeteria. Well, Jim, like we said at the end of the first half, the Tigers answered the questions certainly that were there. That was a possible letdown week, and we did fine.
Yeah, good first half by the Tigers. A little shaky offensively the first series or two, but they got on track, and now they're ready to go here in the second half. I might mention that there's been a light shower falling since late in the second quarter, and I don't know whether that's going to have any effect on the passing game or whether the boys might slip as they make their cuts or not, but pretty much a beautiful night for football, and stands still full of Tigers and Indian backers here at Tiger Stadium.
That had really nowhere to go, so the Tigers take over first down and 10 at their own 25. You got Atkinson in a wing right, Zeiter and McClure in the backfield. Here's the give to McClure. He cuts outside, around the corner. He turns it. He's got 2 men to beat. Makes a cut across the 50. It's a foot race down to the 40, to the 30, down to the 20-yard line. A big burst of speed by Mike McClure. The play was designed to come up inside. He cut it out on misdirection play in the backfield, and he rambles 60 yards. Well, we'll get the final number on that. The ball now down to the spot. It must have stepped out of bounds. And ball will be at the 23-yard line. 52-yard burst by Mike McClure. Tigers with that great deception in the backfield. Atkinson now wing left, 2 tights, Smith and Huff. Shaddy with the pitch to Zeiter, following a block, cuts it back up inside. Good penetration by the Wauseon defense. Tigers still managed to pick up about 2 on the play.
That was a brilliant run by Mike McClure. He zigged and zagged and chose his field down there, and Wauseon defender had the angle on him, so he was able to push him out of bounds. But big gainer, big play to start the second half for Mike McClure, fine running back of these Tigers.
Atkinson coming in slow motion to the left. Here's a deep pitch to McClure, following blocks by Moeller and Smith. He rambles down for big yardage. Close to a first down. Oh, yeah. Gain of about 8 on the play. It'll be a Tiger first down on the 11-yard line.
Those were excellent blocks by Moeller and Smith, as you pointed out there. They're critical men to make that play go, to get those blocks down there, and they went deep and did what they needed to do. Just nice execution.
Yeah, you know, the Tigers have their own special blocking assignments and responsibilities, unlike a lot of teams, and we'll go into that here in a minute. Here's the pitch coming back to Zeiter. Zeiter looks for a hole, flashes up inside. That's his favorite running spot right there. He bellies it out and then cuts it up, gets inside the 10 and down to the 8. You know, Jim, it's kind of odd, but so many times when the Tigers are kicking it outside, it's the guards that seal off inside, and it's the tackles that are sometimes out there leading the way. Not something you normally see, but something the Tigers have used quite well. Moeller, the tackle on the right. Weshy, the guard on the right. Sharp, the tackle on the left, and Amstutz, the guard on the left. Give up inside, broken play. A loss of a few yards. Jim, that's going to bring up 3rd and long here, and the Tigers looking at, of course, it's 4-down territory, but we're 12 yards away from the goal line. Brain Trust here going to have to use a little razzle-dazzle.
Yeah, this would be time for something special, Spike. It's 3rd down and 11 to go on the 12-yard line.
2 tight end set. Here's the give to McClure. McClure tries to belly it out, breaks a tackle. There's a fumble. And I believe Wauseon recovers. McClure out there with was kind of hemmed in. There was some good penetration once again from the Wauseon Indians, and they were able to strip Mike of the ball. That'll be a turnover back to Wauseon.
Spike, as he was winding around the corner there, looked like he had the ball on that inside under that inside arm, and that's where the lateral pursuit was coming, and just a collision there that jarred that ball loose.
Now the Wauseon Indians try to power it up inside with number 44, the fullback. Gain of about 5 on the play. That was Schnitke. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 5. Anybody, but you know, he was out there and really was caught in no man's land because he was met in the backfield with that great Wauseon penetration. Wauseon now with the 2 tight end sets. Here is the give up inside, and he'll go nowhere. Maybe a yard gain on the play. The Tiger defensive interior closing fast. You know, and that's where it all starts for the Tiger defense, Jim. It's the big hogs on the interior. You know, you're Lindgren and Sharp and Box and Schwab. you know, they just bottle it up and tie things up, and all of a sudden you got all these quick jackrabbits sitting there waiting for the kill. Like, well, not jackrabbits. I like to call them more like jackals. Wauseon and Sattler, the linebackers. Smith and Zeiter, the corners. Now give up off the right side. I don't believe he got much of anything, Jim. That was a big third down play. Good job by Liberty Center.
That was. Tiger defense comes up big, Spike, just resisting the blocking scheme over there on them and standing their men up and waiting till the support comes. And that's part of defense. You know, you don't have to make every play by yourself, but you've got to do your part. You've got to dig in and not surrender your piece of territory out there. And likewise, your partner up and down the line's doing the same thing. And well, they stuffed it, so it's kicking time for the Wauseon Indians, and Seth Atkinson, always dangerous, back on his 45-yard line.
Almost blocked by Van Gunten. Now Atkinson lets it roll. Now scoops it up on the bounce. Nice block by Smith, and he dives forward up near the 40-yard line. In there helping put pressure for Liberty Center was number 50, Matt Furco. Tigers coming to the line of scrimmage. We've got Sattler at center. Stutz, the guard, on the left. And Sharp, the tackle, on the left. Huff, the tight end, on the left side. Here is the sweep to Zeiter going around the right. Now kicks it outside the block by McClure, and hit. Boy, there's one of the hardest hits Ryan's had to take all year. Picked up still of about 4 yards, but yeah, you know, I don't think he really cares because he likes to dish it out too.
Well, no question, he has dished out a lot of it to this point in the season, so he's probably a little bit like Brett Favre up there for the Packers. He applauds a good hit and bounces right up and ready to give some more. Man, I'm working up an appetite, Spike. Some Pizzanello pizza would go real good after this game. See them at Liberty Center's Pizzanellos.
Now give to Atkinson coming in motion from that left side. He stopped for about a yard gain. That inside is still tough to beat for Liberty Center. They've been able to kick it outside a few times for some gains, but the Wauseon interior made their mind up. They were going to stop the Tigers, and Liberty Center not in a bad shape, but facing 3rd and 5 on their own 44-yard line.
You have to admire the spunk of this Wauseon Indian team. They came in outmanned and weren't given a chance at all, and yet they're playing the Tigers hard and tough outside of some big plays that the Tigers are so noted for.
Here's that inside reverse, and the Indians with some good penetration again snuff it out. The give was to Atkinson around the left, and coming back from the right side to Miller. He gained about 2 on the play, but it's going to be 4th and a short 4. Ball resting at the Tigers' own 45-yard line.
You know, Spike, I think that's one reason why the passing game was working better for the Tigers tonight's game. I think the Indians have been selling out to stop that inside rushing game, and likely their penetration, well, it's just, high snap.
Yep, high snap, Miller back, and he's going to fall on it right there. Well, those things are going to happen. The Tigers
got a golden opportunity.
Yep, the Tigers squandered one scoring chance, if you may. Wauseon with their best field position of the night. We've got a first down on the Tiger 17-yard line. The Indians with 2 wideouts to the left. Now motion right. Atkinson shifting over, now drops back. Here's the long high lob, and it's caught. No, now they're going to call it bobbled. There was contact in the end zone. Zeiter had his position held. The receiver ran right into him. It's going to be interesting to see what they call here.
It's be on Ryan there, they figured. Yeah, I would argue that call, Spike, because Ryan was out there, but there was contact as the receiver was making his cut to get in position to catch that ball, and so the refs are just going to flag it and give them a first down right there close to the Tiger goal line. Good defense there. Ryan Zeider was out there, but anytime you have contact, they always seem to favor the offense, and so offense gets a fresh set of downs right down there on the 8-yard line.
Penalty was half the distance to the goal, so it'll be first and goal on the 8. With that same set, now motion to the right. Atkinson shifting over. Now the same pass. Quick slant over the middle, but that was thrown way ahead of the receiver. Incomplete, and second down and 8, clock stopped. 4:47 to go.
Spike, I think that was a deflection in there. The Tigers had a good charge there. I believe Weshy got a paw up maybe and sent that pass Aury. So second and goal for the Indians. But Tiger defense got a lot of pride on the line. They haven't been scored on this game, and they don't want to be scored on, Spike. So they're gonna work hard to keep the Indians from doing that.
Well, it was last year. It was 28-6, and Liberty had it in cruise, and Wauseon made a run. Now the dive up the middle slips as he's crossing the line of scrimmage. Gain of maybe 2 on the play. And we're now looking at third and goal on the 6. I think the Tigers, Jim, need to dig in here. And I suppose a couple of them may wish that they had some new cleats from good old Dave's Running Shop over there in Delta with a complete line of sporting goods. Also, they handle many Liberty Center items. Nice place to shop, friendly atmosphere, good people. Now motion to the right again, same wide out to the left. Dropping back to throw, in trouble, chased down, caught, and sacked! Sagarino! A big defensive play by Liberty Center. Jim, did you get who was in on the stop on that?
No, Spike, I couldn't see it. Good pressure in there by Chris Van Gunten was in there for one, and I don't know, just several Tiger players just putting a lot of heat on.
Box was in there too.
Yeah, Chris Box in there. So fourth down, and Indians still down there with that golden opportunity.
Just a little bit tougher. They're on their 10-yard line now instead of the 6. Dropping back to throw, has time, he lobs it high. Smith out there, fight for the ball, and it's incomplete. Well, Jim, it was like Liberty Valance. When 2 men go out to fight, only one wins, and that time it was Liberty Center. Jesse Smith with great position helped knock that ball away. It's incomplete, and the Tiger Black Jackal defense holds. It'll be first and 10 for Liberty Center on their own 11-yard line. Jim, we need to run some clock and get the ball out of here.
Oh, yeah, this will be a nice, long, time-consuming drive. But what a play by the Tiger defense. They just said, nope, not on my watch.
Tigers having some trouble running in the interior. Now they give it to Zeider straight ahead, and he actually pounds forward for about a 4-yard gain. That will help loosen things up. They'll bring up about a second down and 6. Ball resting on the 15-yard line.
They didn't concede anything to Wauseon. Wauseon had a first down via the penalty on the 8-yard line, and they just said, nope, you're not scoring. Now, well, I'm out here. And just a real good effort collectively by the Tiger defense.
Tigers now with a spread formation to the left. Here's a deep pitch to Atkinson. Atkinson trying to turn the corner. Now makes a cut and hemmed in around the 18-yard line. Nice gain by Seth Atkinson. Gain of about 7 on the play. No, a gain of about 4 on the play. Looked for a minute like he could burst outside, but again, actually pretty good Wauseon defense there. And Liberty now with a third down and 3. Yeah, Jim, it's a little amazing why Liberty Center, or why they try to fade route to Jesse Smith, his area. I mean, that's just about a no-brainer. Now the pitch to Zeider. He cuts it back up inside. Was there a flag on the play? He ran for first down yardage. Nope. I thought I saw some laundry, but Zeider with a burst back up the middle, good for about 6. It's a first down.
And good run, moves the sticks, and Tigers got a nice drive underway here from the shadow of their own goal post.
Yeah, some good gimmick blocking up front. It wasn't a straight ahead power, but now give straight ahead now to, I believe, McClure. He's going to stay on his feet long enough to drag a couple guys forward for about a 2-yard gain. Clock running at 1:20 here in the third quarter. We'd also like to mention another one of our sponsors, KK Collision. Brand new shop on the north end of Liberty Center. They do state-of-the-art paint work there, and they are second to none in Northwest Ohio for their ability to put them right back out the door. Now Atkinson in a wing right, two tights. Here is the inside reverse to Atkinson, and again that penetration from the inside of Wauseon takes that inside reverse away. No gain, perhaps a yard, we're going to say a couple yard loss on the play. That's going to bring up third and a long 9.
Spike, this defensive set illustrated by the Indians at this point is just begging the Tigers to pass, but ball might be just a little slippery, and Tigers don't seem to want to risk it. They'd rather run it on the ground to move the sticks.
Now Shaddy with a straight drop back. He's got time, now has to roll out of the pocket. There's a flag on the play for a possible hold. Atkinson out, catches it. He's at the 40, at the 30, it's a foot race. At the 15, the 10, the 5, and he's in! No, they say he's down on the 1 foot line, but I'm afraid the 65-yard touchdown pass to Atkinson will be brought back.
Spike, we saw that flag come out early, and that's usually a sign where that's dropped, that there's some kind of hold going on out there as this play's beginning to come together. But, gee, otherwise that looked like a nice pass, and certainly a good play by Seth Atkinson going to the end. But it's all for naught. It's coming back, and Tiger fans want to see it done again. Now, this is going to move the ball backward, and they're going to have about 1.5 miles to go to move those sticks.
Yeah, we're looking at about a third and about 30. First down marker rests at about the 34-yard line. Tigers have the ball on the 10. I guess we're talking about a 23rd and 25. You know, Shaddy did a good job. He had some time, but he had to roll out of the pocket to his weak side, so to speak, and got the ball to Seth.
Yeah.
Seth made a nice run, had a nice blocking downfield, but of course we got to do it over. Shaddy back to throw. No, he's dropped. Dropped at the 6-yard line. He evaded one tackler, but more pressure there, and the Wauseon Indians keep right on coming. Actually playing quite well on defense. Tiger big play connections maybe a little bit too much up to this point, but there's no give.
Ready for a fresh quarter.
Yep. And that's the end of 3. Tigers hanging on here to that 28-0 lead, and that touchdown right at the end of the first half really looms big now. We've got Skip Miller of Miller Trucking in Napoleon. Skip, an old Tiger grad, former football player. Terry and Mary Lou Bowers for Liberty Enterprises, and of course Terry, a good old former Tiger footballer. We've got Clappenhaney Tools in White House, operated by the Carpenter brothers of Liberty Center. Holgate Metal Fab, operated by Jeff Spangler in Napoleon. L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating in Napoleon. Now the punt by Miller. They go for the block. Miller gets off a beautiful punt, taken at the 40-yard line and horse-tied and thrown down by Jesse Smith right there at the 40. Great punt by Ryan Miller. Got a lot of height, a lot of time in the air, and that gave Jesse time to get down there and cover on the punt. Wauseon will take over now at the Tiger 41-yard line.
Distance on it with all the heat coming from the on-rushing Wauseon line. All right, Wauseon with good field position once again on the Tiger 41-yard line.
Yeah, so far the Tigers doing a great job giving away great field position to Wauseon, as you mentioned. Back to throw, has the throw quick. Good coverage over there by Smith. It's caught, but for about 4 yards. Well, I think in the big scheme of things, you, especially at this point in the game, you have to be content to give them that short down and out stuff, but stay away from the deep stuff. Also, we have the Henry County Bank located in Liberty Center and several other locations within Henry County. The First National Bank of Liberty Center, B.A. Miller and Sons Trucking in Liberty Center. Now back to throw, great pressure, lobs it out there, and incomplete. Coverage by the defensive end, Paul Amstutz, and with the great pressure with the Tigers charging hard, he had to throw it up and out, and not much chance for a gain. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6. Also, we have Pilliards in Swanton, ran by Jeff Jurasics. We have Swanton Welding, operated by Norm Zeider, and also Davis Farm Services with locations all over Northwest Ohio. 11-12 here in the 4th quarter. Liberty leading at 28-0. Back to throw, now slips and falls. And Jim, it's starting to show through now, the wet field. Uh-oh, we've got a flag on a play. A lot of Tiger fans upset with that one.
Yeah, I think, personal foul against the Tigers. They're going to call unnecessary roughness on the slip there. The Wauseon Indian slipped as he tried to make his cut there a little bit, and Tigers there are kind of with pat down and wasn't well appreciated by the Zebras out there, so going to move the ball a little bit for them. But Tiger defense, just a joy to watch, Spikes, but not paying attention to that initial completion, but just got the running game stopped dead, and
they're going to pull out all the stops. Back to throw, it's a little screen to the right side. A great play by Scott Sharp. But there's athleticism at its finest. Scott Sharp, from his left tackle position on defense, came knifing through, and he made a deflection there. Yeah. I mean, Jim, that's the way they teach them to do it in basketball, to deny the ball from the post. Great play by Scott Sharp.
Spike, he showed great agility for a big man, for an interior lineman to whack that ball as it was coming out there. You have to admire that kind of drive.
Well, Jim, Scott, pretty good-sized young man, but I tell you what, he's got the heart of a running back down inside there. Now motion left with a wide out, split wide to the right. Here's the give straight ahead, breaks the plane. Atkinson there, grabs an ankle, can't bring him down. Smith across, and he's in for the touchdown. Wauseon showed little wide possibilities there with the man in motion, but the draw play straight up the middle. Good from about 25 yards away.
Big, strong runner, Spike. Once he got a good head of steam up there, awful hard to arm tackle him. I mean, that's where the defensive line has just been so strong tonight. I mean, his back hasn't had that kind of running room, and he got out there and he had a full head of steam up.
Point after touchdown attempt here. Liberty leading at 28-6. Low snap. We got a flag on the play. Play will be blown dead before it ever got off. And I'm sure we'll have a retry here after we get the ball placed. Not sure if it was the Tigers on an encroachment. Nope, they're going to call illegal procedure against the Indians.
Walk them back.
You know, Jim, they had the Tiger defense spread, and then they popped it up the middle. And although you don't like to give up a score, every time something like this happens, if they can use that as a learning experience for the future, perhaps a linebacker got sucked inside, or perhaps there was some over pursuit. But they can learn from that, and in that regard, maybe it's good.
Yeah.
Left-footed soccer-style kicker. Snap better this time. Kick is up, and I believe, yep, it did stay inside that right upright. It's good. And the score at 10:55 in the game shows Liberty Center 28 and Wauseon 7. Uh-oh. Now we've got a flag on the play. It'll go against Wauseon. Nope. Now, it appeared that he showed called some kind of personal foul calls on both teams. Jim, I don't know what they're going to do here in high school football about that one.
Well, if they have offsetting penalties, the play stands, doesn't it? Or if not, then they get another crack at it. What's it going to be, cameraman? What are they going to do in this case? You know, Spike, thinking about the defense giving up that score there, there's been a lot of plays run against them tonight, and that one showed good success, but I think Tiger defense will take the percentages on what they've done tonight. You know, you strive to be perfect, but if you're going to be perfect, then you don't have penalties and all this sort of thing. So it's been a good game. I would give the Tiger defense real high marks for playing the game they have against a strong offensive Indian team here.
From Liberty Center's 45-yard line, Tigers with their defensive front lining up at the 30. Now Wauseon with an excellent chance to try to go work on some kind of an onside kick to pick up the loose ball.
Well, I hope the TV replay shows what went on that extra point.
Yeah, a couple of their players were still left, and there are a lot of jawing and pointing going on down there. Nothing real bad, but emotions run high, and that's why you get some of these penalties and some of the bad things. Now here's the kick, and he drives it deep, kind of an end-over-end sidewinder, rolls out of bounds, and Jim, your analysis of that kickoff.
Oh, I just think that's the most foolish play Wauseon's run. They had the ball in Tiger territory, and just a little attempt at an offside, and maybe they could have come up with it. Instead, the guy just drills it, and nobody had a play on it, so Tigers get it under 20-yard line. I'll be scratching my head on that for days.
Yeah, Liberty gets the ball in their own 20, and had the onside kick not worked, they'd had the ball somewhere around the 30. It was only going to gamble 10 yards to try to get possession. Tigers now with a big spread formation right. Here's the give to McClure, cutting back across the grain. Tigers ran away from that spread right formation. McClure rambles for 11 yards and a Tiger first down.
It's a little bit wet out there, Spike, and of course he doesn't and is told not to give it up regardless of what he has to do, but a nice run, moves the sticks.
Well, you know Wauseon in this situation is going to be going for the football, so yeah, the Tigers are going to have to think about tucking it in. Now Shaddy drops back to throw, and he's sacked in the backfield. Loss of about 6 on the play. Here again, now the Liberty Center offensive line having a tough time dealing with this hard-charging Wauseon defensive front. That brings up a 2nd and 15. Tigers with the ball on their own 24-yard line. Jim, 2nd and 16. What do you look for here? You do want to move the chains. You don't want to give the ball up right away.
I think we're going to throw it to Jesse Smith.
Gosh, what an original call, and probably one of the best you could make. Here's Atkinson in motion, and Smith caught. You know, that time Jesse was going to get some help from the free safety. He was going to get doubled over here on what probably appeared to be some kind of a flyer out.
You need to get the win. You can make corrections and learn from your mistakes and so forth, but a championship team just can't have penalties like the Tigers have had tonight.
Now Atkinson now goes in motion farther to the left. Here's a straight ahead give to Zeider, and he flies up close to the 25-yard line, got about 6 of those yards back. But now Liberty Center will be faced with a 3rd down and about 16 to go. You know, some of the penalties have not been for poor execution or movement on the offensive line, even though Jesse jump-started. But it's been a lot of what I would say emotional penalties, piling and diving in there, and some pleasantries exchanged, if you will. Now Shaddy back to throw, throws a little hitch to Smith. He catches at the 40, he breaks a tackle across midfield. He's going down the sideline at the 30, at the 20, at the 10, the 5. It's another Tiger touchdown. Count it, it's another Tiger touchdown. The big play offense is back in Liberty Center. a 65-yard bomb to Jesse Smith. A brilliant pattern. Ran a little hitch route, came back to the ball. Shetty underthrew on purpose. Smitty caught it, turned it upfield, evaded a tackler, and flew down the sideline for the touchdown.
Oh, yeah, Spike. Smith had double coverage on him on that protection there, but Shaddy put it right where only Smith could catch it, and Jesse Smith showed why he is the premier offensive threat in Northwestern Ohio. Get him the ball, get him the ball, get him some room, and then watch him go. And he had guys just reaching for it, and he was long gone. Jesse Smith.
Well, Jim, if that isn't the final spike in the coffin, I don't know what is. That's Jesse's third touchdown catch tonight, Shaddy's fourth touchdown toss. And you know, Liberty Center run the football, and everybody knows it. Wauseon came, and they pretty much shut Liberty's running game down. Yeah. And so now you see the fruits of what's happened. Like I said, the big play is back here in Titletown, Ohio.
Yeah, caliber of Jesse Smith and the other Tiger receivers just got to be able to deliver that ball, and he did. And the results, touchdowns. But tonight is a Jesse Smith highlight film.
And well-deserved, I might add. Tigers now spreading out the kickoff team. We have Weshy, McClure, Silvas, Strayer, Yaw, Van Gunten, Huff, Atkinson, Miller, Furco, and the kick by Yaw. Line drive bounces, taken at the 15. Got a leg in there. Tigers smack right there. We've got Ryan Strayer in on the initial hit with help from about three more Tigers. Yeah, Brett Silvas and Tim Huff also in there to help Strayer.
Spike, the Tigers got it going big. Yaw, after many attempts, got a leg into that kick and center downfield. He feels good. The Tigers feel good. We got band action. Tigers up 35-7 after that.
Yeah, everything's starting to work now. Wauseon, two wide outs to the left, motion left. And the give straight ahead, and he'll go nowhere. Bulldog down. Catch the number on that. Number 59, I believe it is, Jesse Miller. Yep, Jesse Miller had him high. A couple of guys had him low, but Jesse lining up at a defensive end spot. Motion. Now the quick slant outside. Zeiter on the coverage and tackles him in the open field with help from number 35, Troy Westhoven.
A sure tackle there with Ryan Zeiter making the initial hit there. Just wasn't going to let him get by. Looked like there was no coverage there for just a bit, but gap closed quickly, and just a gain of about 6 yards on that play. But Wauseon being desperate now, clock running, and they're probably going to fill the air with passes, Spike. And Tigers defensive unit is up to that and smacking their chops back there.
Now dropping back, a big rush. He rolls outside, but he'll be brought down. Jesse Miller over there making one of the initial hits. Also help from Lindgren, Weshy, Sattler. You know, Tiger coverage there by Zeiter was so reminiscent of Coach Miller, defensive backs philosophy. It's not exactly the bend that don't break, but hey, we've got a good defense. We're going to make a big play sooner or later. Just don't give up anything big, and it seems to work quite well for the swarming black jackals of the Tigers. Here's the snap. It's good, low end over end punt. Good Wauseon roll, and it'll get down all the way inside the Tiger 30-yard line. Jim, It's just about over here. 6 minutes and 11 seconds to go. Friday morning prognosticators.
Tigers showing why they're rated #1 in the state with their offensive quick play abilities tonight. And they line up. It's 6 minutes to go, and we may see more scoring by the Tigers. They're got the pass working real good, and Wauseon's committed to plug it up and stop the run, but the passes go good.
Liberty now with the wide formation to the right, gives a straight handoff up the middle. Collins. Gain of about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Silvas into the game now for Liberty Center. Miller out there at the wing. Silvas and I believe it's Collins in the backfield. Shaddy still under center. Smith, the tight end, on the right. Here's a fumble on the exchange. You know, and another Tiger turnover. Jim, that definitely will be addressed. The Tigers' penchant for turning the ball over certainly will not take Liberty Center even into the playoffs.
Oh yeah, but every once in a while you have a game where everything isn't just as crisp and clean as you'd like it to be. But you look at the scoreboard, and the Tigers very much in control and are going to put this in the win column. But yeah, they need to polish up on a lot of things. But they're getting their done at homecoming night, and that's the main issue.
Well, dropping back to throw, that pass a little bit high. Still hit him in a bad place in the hands, but it was up around the face mask. Atkinson flying by, made sure the receiver knew that he was covered. Clock stopped. Liberty leading at 35-7. 5:24 remaining in the game. Tigers on a quest here to pick up their 5th win of the season. Wauseon will more than likely drop to 1-4. Here's motion left. Straight ahead dive. That'll go for about 2 yards on the play. At the bottom of the pile, we've got Lindgren and Box. Now 3 of those superior Tiger skilled position players, Zeider, Smith, and Atkinson, coming off. Tigers going with that 4-man defensive front and done pretty well tonight in shutting down the Wauseon running game. Here's pressure from Sattler. He has to throw it away to get rid of it. And a flag on the play we think will be intentional grounding. Sattler and Lindgren and Miller all in there on the hit. Great pursuit.
Oh, Danny Sattler's got some wheels. He was legging. He had a beat on that quarterback and was just coming hard. Quarterback had to cough it up, throw it into the stands. We're thinking intentional grounding and loss of down. Yep, that's what the call is. They're going to mark them backwards. So Tiger defense coming up big, just like they have all evening.
Yeah, Wauseon's had only one really serious threat when they had that 1st and goal on the Tiger 8-yard line. And they've been down inside Liberty territory actually several times, but never really closer much than about the 25. Wauseon in punt formation, 4:40 to go here in the football game. Back deep is Miller. Here's the punt. It's a high one, short. It'll come down around the 20-yard line, take a Liberty bounce, and it'll be down there at the 24-yard line. Tigers will take over, and I'm sure we'll see a few more new faces in there for Liberty Center. Now checking in at a tackle, we've got Westhoven in the game. Brett Westhoven, a guard. Collins and Silvas in the backfield for Liberty. Miller in the wing. Straight ahead dive to Collins. Gain of about a yard on the play, perhaps. Shaddy comes over to get the call. Also in the game, number 68, Larry Yaw at another guard. Larry handling the kickoff chores for Liberty Center tonight. Tigers really didn't have to use Spangler other than extra point kicks, so that's good, keeping him out of action. He'll hopefully heal up here in the next week or so. Miller now in a wing to the wide side. Give back to Collins on a deep pitch. Turns it around the outside, across the 30 to the 40, now at midfield. Cuts back inside behind the block by Oberhaus and skins all the way down to the 30-yard line. Great downfield blocking, and Collins used it well, followed his blockers intelligently, and bursts for a 46-yard ramble down, a 45-yard run down to the Wauseon 31-yard line.
Collins gets plugged in. Somebody needs a break, and just showed real intelligence running that play. Got an extra 6-8 yards when there was no room, but followed his block, and just an excellent play.
Here's an inside handoff to Collins. Collins bursts forward, and that's what you had to call that, a burst. Gain of about 7. Ball inside the 25-yard line. Well, spotted right there on the 25. Gain of about 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4 coming up.
Yeah, Scott Overmeyer doing a nice job in there in place of Shaddy at the quarterback position. He got a lot of reps the first couple games, and he's showing that he knows how to play that position.
Overmeyer under center now. Here's the give to Silvas. Silvas cuts it outside. No running room. Bulldog down and maybe a yard gain. That will bring up a 3rd down. 3rd down and about 3. Ball just over, the nose of the ball just over the 25.
You know, Spike, a lot of teams think, why is Liberty running up the score? Are they piling it up? Why do they want all the statistics? Well, it's just a matter of these boys that don't get to play too much. They want to go out there and execute, and if they happen to score in doing their job, well, then so be it.
Well, that's true, Jim. I've got a little interesting anecdote to add to that. Now the handoff to Silvas, following a couple blocks, and he's going to be close. Very close to 1st down yardage. You know, Liberty's blessed with a lot of depth, and some of these guys would be starting for, a lot of them would be starting for other teams.
Yeah.
You know, way back when Paul Bear Bryant was coaching the Alabama Crimson Tide, he won big over one of his opponents, and at the end of the game, the losing coach came up and said, Coach, he said, why didn't you call off the dogs? And he said, I'm sorry, son, but you have your football team to run, and I have mine, and I have to look out for what's best for us. Yeah. And, you know, that's kind of what it's all about. And Liberty hasn't run it up on anybody, per se.
No, they haven't, not intentionally.
Now the straight-ahead dive to Silvas. He blows forward. Tigers' offensive line, that next bunch in there, doing a fine job of blowing out the Wauseon defense.
Yeah.
Dean Myers, the tackle on the right side for the Tigers. Here's the give to Collins, breaks that line, down to the 5, down to the 3. Another great burst of speed and strength by Collins. Burst up inside, and with the clock stopped at 1:01 in the ball game, the Tigers looking to score again. Now, if the Tigers say they kneel on the football, you know, sometimes a team takes that as a kind of a snob too. So now they're going to stop the clock.
Oh, delay a game, Tigers. Yeah, they intentionally took a delay a game. That'll give them time to talk over a little more strategy, maybe as they riding down to the last few plays here. But overall, you have to say the Liberty Center football team gave a good representation of what they can do. You know, we talk about their big play capability, and it has to be almost a Jesse Smith highlight film tonight. He got him down for 3 or 4 touchdown receptions and some excellent play on defense.
Here's a straight ahead dive to Silvas. Silvas gains back what they lost on the delay. The ball down now, going to be spotted around the about the 4-yard line. Clock run 18 seconds, and I'm not sure, Jim, if the Tigers are even going to run another play. Here is Overmeyer trotting slowly out to the huddle. Clock winding down, and the Tigers mercifully will not run another play. Good show of sportsmanship there. It wasn't needed. These guys have made their mark in their JV games, and so an unneeded score. And certainly you have to look for next year and locker room billboard material, which the Tigers did not give the Indians something to think about for next season. Jim, that's going to wind it up here in the Liberty Center homecoming night. Beautiful night for football. Liberty Center pulling away late in the first half and hanging on in the second to win it 35-7. Where do we go from here now, Jim?
Oh, these Tigers just keep rolling, and now they've got homecoming behind them. They've beaten Patrick Henry. They've gotten by a sometimes troublesome Wauseon unit, and Tigers just got it going on. This is a Tiger team of 98, and they're anxious to continue to make their mark. The fans love them. The community embraces what they can do. They are stocked with talent, but they're getting it done. Spike Center Tigers, their program is for real, and it continues in this season.
Yeah, and one last comment. I hope there were a lot of scouts here tonight to see that passing game of the Tigers, how explosive it was, and certainly the difference in the ball game. And with that tonight, I think that's going to answer a lot of questions from Liberty Center people and from the opponents. There's a lot more to stop than just Tiger running game now.
Yeah.